All right, we're back, and this is Born a Musician, and I'm Captain Hook. Along with me is John Seda, and as promised, Elena Sahara in the studio with us. Hello, Elena. How are you?
Hello, friends. I'm very good. I'm happy that I'm here.
We should say that Elena is from Russia, and she's over in the United States visiting right now, working on a couple projects. And later on in the second segment of this hour, we'll hear one of the tunes that she just got done doing last night working at Rising Sun Studios with John Seda. Right, John?
It was awesome. I'm so excited. I'm happy, 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 happy.
Are you happy, happy?
I'm going to sing the happy song.
Are you?
I'm so happy.
All right, good deal. Well, Elena, it's so good. I've heard so much about you. And if anybody wants to know who Elena is, go to the Born a Musician website. And she is the girl on the cover of Born a Musician.
Yes, I'm a cover girl.
And you're also an actress, a singer.
Yes, I sing, I act, I'm a model also. I try to do everything what I like, what I feel, and I try to do the best. And everything what very close to my soul, I use my soul in everything what I do. And it helps me to make interesting things.
Well, I should say just before we went on here tonight that we got a chance to listen to her song that she recorded last night, and believe me, you do put your soul and your heart, you put everything into it, and you are in for a treat when we come up to the second segment and play that song. But let's go back and talk a little bit about your past and growing up and whereabouts in Russia where are you from?
Thank you very much. I was born in Moscow. I was born in the Day of Women, 8th of March. And it means that I have more women style in myself, more in my soul women elements. So my mom, she is a violinist.
Wow.
My father, he is the professor of physics. Sorry for my language. Sometimes I try to speak better.
I think you speak very good.
Thank you very much.
We have people from America that don't speak as well as you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, people in America that don't speak English, period.
That's right. I'm not going there, but you know.
It's funny.
Carry on.
Yes, and of course, in our family, everybody liked music. Everybody listened to different music, and actually, it was also Russian music, but more it was American music. My father liked Depeche Mode. He liked rock music, Led Zeppelin, and everything. And even from childhood, every time he took ears and I listened to this music, and from childhood I loved Michael Jackson, Madonna, and even when I was listening this music, I decided to learn English. I tried to learn English without any teachers, and I just took songs. I tried to translate this, and it was so interesting for me, and I tried to copy the songs to sing like these artists, and it was great. I also was in fan club of Michael Jackson in Russia. We always made different songs of Michael Jackson. We performed with his songs, and it was very interesting. It was in my childhood.
So which song of Michael Jackson was your favorite?
My favorite? I will tell you now.
Okay.
You are not alone.
Okay, very good.
Really, this is one of my favorite songs.
Well, you just got a taste of what you're going to hear in the second segment. Whoa, you know, she has a beautiful voice and just a beautiful girl. I mean, radio does not do beautiful people justice.
No.
They say, I've got a face for radio. Well, that's true. But this girl has a face for video, posters, movies, everything. She is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you very much.
And so growing up in Russia, say, what time was this? Was this during Yeltsin, or was this during Gorbachev, or how far back, to the presidents of Russia? Well, who was the president of Russia then when you were growing up and listening to Michael Jackson and Madonna?
Who was the great president in Russia in that time, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, you mean during my growing? Oh, I
Well,
think
what
you will.
years are we talking about here? Just
You mean the name of the artist in Russia?
no. Who was running the country of Russia at that time?
Can you explain?
Who
it?
was the president?
The president?
Yes.
Oh my God, sorry.
Right.
The president, Boris Yeltsin.
Boris Yeltsin. That's what. Yeah. Okay. So the Soviet Union. I'm just trying to picture this because the Soviet Union was on its way toward democracy or toward free enterprise, so to speak, and so things kind of loosened up and made it available for you to be able to perform, do different things, and was open to a new audience of people to listen to your music and things like that. Is that correct?
You know, in Russia, it's not so. It's difficult to sing in English, for example, if you are a Russian artist, because for what they say, for what we have to listen to a Russian girl singing in English, if we can listen to American singer in English, because it's their language, and they do that better than you will sing, but. I don't know. For me, I like English language because it's very musician. When you sing in English, it's like really like water. Like it's very all the words they are like sound. But in Russian language, I like it, but it's rather rude. And in Russian music, you know, when you sing in Russian language, you have to sing very how to say. So the song has to use a very
I would say
very deep
powerful.
Right.
very deep words.
Right. Very strong words and very
Yes.
very pointed words.
They
you know.
concentrate not on the quality of music. They concentrate on the lyrics. And when you are listening to Russian music, you are listening to the words, and it will come to your soul, of course. But unfortunately, in Russia, they don't use the good quality of music. They can't do very beautiful sound sometimes. But nowadays, it was when I was a child. That's why I was listening to American music. But nowadays, of course, Russian people try to make something more interesting for international music business. So.
And so for you to sing Russian and do what you're doing would that be harder for you to, you know, saying what you just said about the Russian language? Would it be harder for you to get your feeling
Sometimes,
across?
yes, really, because I need, you know, it depends on the song. If I will see very good, beautiful song in Russian language with good lyric, of course I will feel that. But sometimes they give you like, you know, oh, this is a very good song. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, pa pa pa, and sing it in Russian. It's not interesting because it's a little bit stupid, and that's why I didn't go to different girl bands. They every time asked me to participate in different girls bands, but I said no, I don't want to sing that music. This is not for me. I can't sing such a stupid songs. I will never do that, and because it's like that.
Wow.
I'd like to say something because I understand. I understand what she's conveying. You know, like because I'm from Puerto Rico, right? So they have Spanish music, right? They have salsa, right? And that's the the tradition from the place, right? But American music, even on the island, has big influences, and it actually affected a lot of the styles more like in the ballad side, like the Spanish ballads or the Spanish rock songs. But because many years ago, a lot of the ballads had a rock feel, and so they learned a lot of the fusion that goes within the music, mixing funk, R&B, rock, and all these different styles. And some of those styles convey better in English, but it took years because of diction and the the rural, rural way of speaking,
right.
urban, more
right.
urban,
right.
So they actually developed, which now is finally after, I'm talking about a long time, let's say go back 30, 40 years when you had Led Zeppelin. If somebody sang in Spanish, it didn't, you know,
No.
in rock, it was corny. But then it became now it's come to a level where they found the right words to put in. They actually made up some words like slang, and so it's more urbanized now. So I can understand what she's saying, but I think part of the things she's talking about is like what happens in Japanese anime, right? You know, like the J-pop music,
Right.
Where it's
Very primitive.
You know what I mean? So it's very kind of poppy, but that's not what the kind of singer she is. She's a big singer. She's got the big voice, so she doesn't fit with that. You know, and I can understand if somebody says, "Well, you need to sing this," you know, and it's like
it's always the problem. It was always the problem.
Right. So you basically need to sing your stuff, your own songs, you know, to put your voice to it. To have somebody else's music, especially Russian music, to have it so straightforward and stern and harsh, that's not your style.
Yes,
right?
And they have a format, and they try to make all songs in this format, and it's very difficult, for example, to make some song and to come to the radio station and they see your song, they said, oh, it's not the format of our radio station, and our and nowadays it's not the format in music now, and it's very bad because you want to make something new. You want to make something from your soul. And I know a lot of very good artists, a lot of very good singers in Russia, which can do anything because they try to make something their own, but nobody allow to do that.
Right. And we had the same problem in this country for so long, is that the radio stations would only play the top 40 stuff, or what the music industry, what the record companies wanted to put out there.
We still have that problem.
Yeah, right.
I mean, you know, look what's happened. I don't want to mention genres because I'll get attacked, you know, but there's certain genres that they want to force it down people's throats. Like, I mean, it's not even musical sometimes, some of the stuff, and but that's what people are putting money behind. So, you know, then they want you to be like that, and you really can't.
Right, and they're forcing you to decide what's popular. They're deciding what's popular for us.
Right.
You know, and it's you're right, but it's all changing around right now, and we got a few minutes here yet. I'm looking forward to playing this music on the other side of the break.
I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, it's. I'm real proud of you, John, for putting this together. I'm shocked because I know you worked till about 4 o'clock in the morning last night.
Yeah.
And what time did you all finish? You finished singing at about 11:30, and John, you worked till about
11:30,
till about 4 o'clock in the morning mixing it. And
I was laughing last night because when we go to bed, right? You know, we're getting ready to go to bed. I was like tired. I was like this, right? You know, and all of a sudden I see her on the Facebook, and she's at the Riverwalk after 12:30. I says, "Oh, she's still partying."
Well, she's on vacation. She's over here in the United States. What do you think of the United States since you've been?
Again, please.
America. How do you like it since you've been?
I like it very much because in 2009 I was in America. I was singing in Washington, in Russian embassy. I presented my song, which I made in Sweden with my friends, and it was the song about Russia and America, the friendship between us, and it was 2009. It was very great, and everybody liked it, and the song was really good. And I was singing also in Atlantic City, in Casino.
What was the name of the song?
Tomorrow is Too Late.
Oh, that's my friend Dmitry Northam.
Yes,
right?
But we had two different verses, versions. Sorry.
It's okay.
The first was about a friendship between America and Russia. It was called like the Bear and the Eagle, and another one was about the world of the world, the peace, about this.
Okay. All right, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, as promised, the song, and I have it right here, Seasons of Change by Elena Sahara. You're listening to Born a Musician on WDBFradio.com.